The ASUS Flip 434 is my first venture into Chrome. It's my first ever laptop/notebook computer as well. The main reason I purchased this model is because I'd read reviews of a previous model by ASUS, the Flip 302. It was always highly rated. I also own an ASUS Audio desktop PC which has been great. I am not a power user by any stretch, but I think this model will offer plenty of bang for my intended usage. I run a new non-profit chapter of a national organization where all technology is online and in the cloud. I don't particularly like using a laptop computer, so I've already purchased an external monitor and BT Logitech keyboard. Such a huge difference for me. As for the Chromebook itself, in my opinion it's a premium product in all regards. The build is excellent and it seems/feels/looks like a much more expensive product. Even though it's only 4 MB of RAM, I think this will be plenty for my use. I especially like the screen. It's bright and has very slim bezel. Just looks right. You might be asking, why did I buy a laptop when I don't really like them? The reason is because I will on occasion need to take it on the road or to a meeting. I will also use the flip screen at times to show charts, graphs, videos, etc. to prospective donors. I'll also use the 434 Flip at fundraisers when I can hook it up to a projection system. The photo above is my temporary setup as of yesterday to try the new external monitor and keyboard. BTW, my KB isn't a Chrome specific type. I also purchased an inexpensive external 2TB hard drive. Plug ampersand play simple. I've also connected an HP OfficeJet Pro printer wirelessly. No problem at all setting that up. The BT connections for both the KB and mouse were a snap to set up and work great. As our office expands, I will probably purchase a Chromebox or 2 Chromebooks, and I'd guess by extension a Chromebox are very simple to use and work well. It's almost if you know how to surf the web you can use a Chromebook or box. The ASUS 434 Flip is very nice piece of equipment and I expect many years of service from it.
The goodie mostly really like this machine. It's fast. The touchscreen is fun for playing games. It's light and looks like a much more expensive machine. I like how the aluminum body is tapered not to cut into your wrists at the edges, and like some Mac laptops I've used some quibbles. The screen is a little blue for my taste. Greens and blues in the Google Chrome logo, for instance, aren't sharply different, and you can't really adjust it. I will say I only notice this using it for computer purposes. It's not something I notice watching videos. I'd prefer if the keyboard had a bit more snap to it. The key travel is a bit mushy. Bad. The computer has a pair of tiny rubber bumpers, see images, to keep the hinges from getting scraped up when you open the screen as it sits on a table, I guess. But if you use this as a laptop, it means you have these little nubbins digging into your legs as you sit and type. Because of the weight of the touchscreen, the machine is kind of top heavy, meaning there's bite to these little nubs, which are maybe the size of the head of a pin. It's not a deal breaker, but it's annoying. Why make a laptop that's uncomfortable to use on your lap? In sum, I wanted to be in love with this machine. It's still very good, but there's more to dislike than you'll read about in the tech press, which fawns over this thing. This was a slight shift from my HP Pavilion, which is over 5 years old and runs very slow 5 solid mins to power up, and I finally decided to buy this after months of contemplating. The keyboard, like most reviews mentioned, is a little hard to read during the day and night, so I purchased a separate keyboard cover. Any 14 that fits Chromebook will do. Doesn't have to be specifically for ASUS C434, but this also makes one. The key's a lot harder to type to. Very dim or no backlight, which is fine since I usually use this during the day and under some sort of lighting. Also, not sure if it's just me, but every 20 minutes or so, the display kind of shuts off and the screen goes black, but the mouse is still there and it's still running. YouTube still plays. See last pick, but other than that, it works great as a laptop. Also love the flip design and thin bezels so I can watch movies and TV shows. Also super fast and efficient for a person who has 50 tabs open at once and runs very smoothly. Using this computer to type this review right now, I initially wanted another Windows tablet, but I live all through those sweets. My fiancé convinced me to try a Chromebook as it would fulfill almost all my needs. I've been an avid ASUS user mainly because of the look of the computer. They have also been very reliable with very few issues for me. This particular computer has a great battery life and lightweight, looks sleek with a fast startup. If you're looking for a computer for everyday work, or even college courses. This is it.
I will start with who I am because it could help you make your decision. I didn't go to school for anything, yet I own a very web tech related company. My father, who did go to school for electrical engineering, taught me to buy things made out of metal, things that will last decades and that you can pass down to your offspring. I have his drill. I will pass it down to my own son, who will probably pass it down to his son. When I buy things, I dig deep. I rarely buy dud. I often find something that was out of stock because I thought about it and went to another part of the store where somebody misplaced the item. So let's talk about this Chromebook. I would tell you to buy it. Yes, I gave it 4 stars, but for a good reason. Screen. My regular computer has a massive screen. My go-to laptop has a massive screen. This one is big, but resolution wise, it's missing a lot on the right and a good amount towards the bottom. But seriously, it's bright enough, it's big enough, and it is a touch screen. Now I want computer to do this. 1/2 of the star I removed was because it isn't as responsive as the touch screen on my Dell laptop, but it ain't fuzzy like people said. I use tech. This is just fine. Oh, it ships with a crappy resolution by default. You have to set it higher and it will be nice and crisp. Okay, wow. So I now know why people had issues with the screen. Settings, search display, change resolution. I liked it before, now I love it. Strike my previous comments. It has plenty of real estate to the right and bottom. The default is to have it work for grandma. I made it native 1920x1080 and it's perfect. But wait, there's more. Literally, it will do 2194x1234 HMM, but I like the native better keyboard. It's backlit, but the etching on the keys is too deep, so looking directly down on it, it's pretty, but looking from a normal angle, completely trashed. Luckily I type without looking at keys, but some keys are off where they feel they should be, but whatever. If you can type without looking, you will adapt quickly. Speed. This thing is peppy. Installing apps is very fast, almost instant. Swapping between apps, etc. is quick. Battery. This thing lasts forever. Granted, I don't watch a lot of video, but really, I'll get like 6 hours of work time unplugged, and I'm all over this thing. I plugged my Pixel into it and it quick charged my Pixel. Took about 16% of the battery to do it. My Pixel needed about 70% charge. Trackpad is alright. Says it tries to ignore your palm. I found that it found it here and there. I prefer a mouse anyway. Sound. It ain't a gaming laptop. Sound wasn't great, but it wasn't total crap either. It works. It's fine. It's a Chromebook, not Beats by Dre. It will be updated with new Chrome OS updates for years, so no worries there. Linux is now part of the OS, so pretty cool. You can have multiple users. Like Windows, they are in their own compartment. Lots of keyboard shortcuts to look up in Google. Make it very fast to get around this thing. Overall, I would say you should buy this. I got the 8GB RAM version. I got it to use while traveling in our van across country. My Dell drew way too much power for a cigarette lighter inverter. This thing just rocks. To get the Amazon Basics bag to carry it. Don't worry about the straps issue there. This thing is light, so it won't cause the straps issues when you register it for the warranty with ASUS. You have to select the commercial and the product type. Apparently this is the company level netbook.
When my daughter needed a computer for middle school, I found the computer she always wanted. When we first got it, it was perfect. There was one problem though. When she was watching YouTube, the internet kinda started to be kinda slow. That was pretty much the only problem. But the internet used to load a bit slower than usual, but it got better. The more she used the computer, the more energy the computer got. My daughter loves and takes care of her computer. I suggest that anyone should buy any computer on Amazon, and the quality and packaging deserves a 5 out of 5.
I have to say this computer/laptop is amazing. In using it now to type while playing music and no problems. I got this computer for convenience reasons, but I'm actually liking it. It has everything I wanted. A moderate small screen with an adjustable hinge, compatible keyboard, and fast processor. No technical difficulties yet, but it works just fine. I highly recommend if you need a laptop or if this is your first to buy this one.
Sturdily built, nice backlit keyboard with good play, very nice big screen and great battery life.
No laptop for the Chromebook is better than this at this time.
I really like it. It's slick, easy to use, especially if familiar with Google Apps, and lightweight. There is a full screen option for websites, which is nice for viewing documents. I'm a college student and it is great. I would highly recommend.
Dead on arrival, left speaker is not working. See attached video. Very disappointed with this brand. Keyboard is outstanding, beautiful screen, and I received it a day early.
The Chromebook sucks, getting one error after other while trying to use YouTube and Netflix apps. Tried to power wash the device couple of times and reinstalling the apps again and again. Tried talking to the Netflix customer care but no solution found. Though the build quality and the device seems nice, Chromio sucks.